My name is Melissa Peacock and I have worked with LinkedIn for over 10 years. When it comes to LinkedIn, the important thing for a job seeker is that your profile content is spot on. What I mean by that is it needs to be consistent with your resume. So I'll give you a little bit of background around how I've used LinkedIn in the past to find candidates for positions. Basically, when I was working with the recruitment sector, I would have a job that was on my portfolio to actually fill, and then I would actually do two things. The first thing, I would stalk people on LinkedIn. What I mean by that, if I had a manager role to fill, I would actually go into the search and search for manager and a few other different keywords that might be of interest. Then a whole list of candidates would come up. I would filter them by location, skills, etc. until I found a few people that I'd actually want to connect with. Now with the recruitment portal, you only get a select number of emails per month. Therefore, you really want to make sure that they are absolutely worth connecting with. Because if you send out an email and the client doesn't actually respond, that email is gone, that credit's gone for the month. But if they respond, you get it back. So it's recycling initiative that LinkedIn has. So what I would do is I would make sure that the person was active on the profile and that everything that I needed was there before I'd actually connect with them. So when this happens, it's called headhunting. So when recruiters are headhunting for people, they have a position in mind, they're looking for an employee, and then they're matching the two. The other way that I would find a candidate is if I had a job and I couldn't find someone on LinkedIn, I would then go to somewhere like Seek and upload a job description, a job advertisement. Then I would wait for the resumes to come through. So in this instance, I would see the resume first, and then I would go to the LinkedIn profile to cross-check it. Now, if there was anything amiss, if there was a date different, or perhaps the information in the activities said something a little bit questioning, like they bagged someone out on a particular post, those types of behavioral type aspects are things that would take you off the shortlist. So what you want to make sure is that your resume and LinkedIn say exactly the same thing. The LinkedIn profile goes a little bit above and beyond, because on the LinkedIn profile, I'll have a professional photo of you, I'll have a really engaging banner, and the skills are endorsed, I've got recommendations to work on, etc. So the myth that comes in with making sure that your LinkedIn profile is different to your resume only applies when the content in your resume is not achievement orientated. If the content in your resume is not engaging enough, you won't even get a look in. I won't even look at your LinkedIn profile. So you really have to make sure that the content in both your resume and LinkedIn profile are achievement orientated. Because if I'm headhunting someone, I'll see the LinkedIn profile first. If I'm advertising on something like Seek, I'll see the resume first. But I will cross-reference both. So it's really important that your profile content is spot on. When it comes to a professional photo, it is really important that you're looking at the camera, you're smiling, and you're engaging with the potential recruiter or hiring manager that's looking at your profile. If you're looking off to the side or in your bikini on the beach, it just doesn't send a professional kind of image. So it's really important that you have your face to the camera, the smiling, and you have a professional background behind you. Now that could just be a plain white background, it could be a wall or an office, etc. But a professional background, not the beach, not a forest. is going to be where you get the most engagement. Now, Canva is a really good opportunity to do this. You can take a selfie from your phone, and then you can actually move that image into Canva and eliminate the background. So you could have a white background behind you in Canva, and then you can upload that. So you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to get a professional photo shoot. Now, when it comes to the background banner, this is another opportunity for you to engage the audience. So, for example, if you are a highly skilled administrator, then having a really clean desk in the background with your laptop and keyboard and mouse and whatever it might be is just a nice, clean, polished image that will be able to show the potential reader of your profile that you are someone who's highly organized. It just sends that subtle message that can be the difference between you getting rejected or not. So Pixabay is the best source of free images that you can actually download without a charge and upload straight into your LinkedIn profile. Again, Canva is really, really good for putting that banner into Canva and then actually putting text over it or manipulating it into the different templates. And Canva is a free opportunity for you to use some professional templates on there and just get that added like little wow factor on the banner. Now, when you actually go to apply for jobs on LinkedIn, there's a few things that you need to be aware of. Recruiters can actually see your LinkedIn profile when you apply. So when you do apply, you want to make sure that there's a few things in your profile that are aligned to the job that you're applying for. Now, when you actually go to the jobs icon in LinkedIn, you can actually click on the job, and then you can search for the job and the location, and then there's a section that's got set alerts. Now, this will save you so much time, a ridiculous amount of time. Basically, instead of spending hours and hours trudging through all the jobs that are available, what LinkedIn does is it emails you when a job that matches your profile and the alert, and you can apply that way. So basically, it just saves so much time for you. What's really important when you do apply for a job, if you're in the premium trial period, then it's really, really important to actually have a look at the job advertisement. Down the bottom, there's a section that is for skills and how you compare against other candidates who have already applied. Those 10 skills, if you can put them into your profile and get your friends, families, colleagues, etc. to endorse you for those skills, it actually adds a weight to your application. Because instead of you saying that you're good at customer service, you've got someone else saying that you're good at customer service, so it adds credibility to that skill. And what the LinkedIn algorithms do is it kind of puts you above candidates who maybe don't have even customer service in their profile, or if they do, they're not endorsed, so you're above them. So what I highly recommend is if you haven't taken advantage of the premium trial version, definitely do so while you're in that active job application phase. What you'll notice is that after 10, 15 jobs that you have a look at, the skills will all start looking the same. So once you're getting to that point, turn the trial off and then apply as normal. You do only have 50 skills maximum to add to your profile. So you want to make sure that they're really tailored to those jobs that you're applying. When it comes to those skills, LinkedIn uses those when they're actually showing your profile to potential recruiters and headhunters. So if you've got something in there that says mining, and then you're actually not looking for mining jobs anymore, you're looking for teaching positions, then LinkedIn will say that you're not really relevant because you have mining in there. So it's really important that you do cull the ones that aren't relevant to you anymore, and you have the ones that are interesting for the potential new employers. And then it's a good opportunity to get those recommended skills endorsed by your colleagues, peers, etc. Now, the other thing that is really important for your LinkedIn profile is asking people for recommendations. Now, when I was this is showing my age now, my grey hair, when I was first starting to recruit people would come to the office and they would hand in their paper resume, and they'd be all dressed up in their blazer, and they'd smell amazing. They would give me the resume, and then there would be written references in that little portfolio pack. And then if I deemed necessary, I would give the people a call and check up on their background. Now, in the digital age, written references are they've lost their credibility over time. So what has happened is recruiters and hiring managers found out that people were writing their own written recommendations and signing it off as the manager when they didn't actually give that recommendation in the first place. So LinkedIn fixed this. They gave managers an opportunity to actually write a written recommendation on someone's profile, which actually gave a lot more credibility, because all of a sudden managers were their photo was there, and recruiters could actually see who they were, how they were connected, the date that the recommendation was provided, and if necessary, someone like me could go and connect with that manager, send them a message and say, "Hi, I noticed that you recommended John for time management. Can you tell me a little bit about that?" etc. And then it sparks up that reference check that way. A lot of organizations now also skip the whole reference checking process if you've got recommendations on your profile. So it is a really good opportunity for you to get some extra brownie points. So lastly, before I say goodbye and let you loose on making sure that LinkedIn is number one on the top of your job search journey, I'll just give you this last tip. It's really important to stay active on the profile. As a recruiter in my recruiter portal, I could actually select for people who had been active within the last 3 months. Now, what does active mean? It means posting things on the feed. You could like different posts, you can comment, you can share content. Now, you don't have to do all those things. Logging in is totally okay. Just like a couple of posts. If you're applying for jobs, reach out, follow the organization that you have applied for the job for, and then just be active. Use it, read about the company, etc. Those little things can just keep the green little light on your profile that says you're an active user. The other really important thing is just connect with recruiters. So if you've applied for a job on LinkedIn, the biggest thing that you can do is actually connect with someone who's in that organization. You can search for the person in the HR department to find out who actually posted the job. Send them a message. Don't ask a ridiculous amount of questions. Don't make it onerous for them. Just say to them, "Hi, my name is Melissa. I've applied for this job. It looks really exciting. I look forward to talking to you further about it." That's it. You don't have to ask any questions. What this does is it actually invites the hiring manager to connect with you, to accept your connection request. When this happens, when they go to shortlist all the applicants, your name is familiar to them, so they're a bit more comfortable with shortlisting you, and you're not a stranger to them. So it's really important that if you just send that tiny little message, it just kind of jogs their little memory bank, and it's just this added little bit of gut instinct that you can provide to them that they're making a good decision to put you forward for an interview. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and I hope that using LinkedIn gives you a lot of satisfaction and that you get a job really soon. Thank you.